The Reserve Bank of India issued guidelines on digital lending to strengthen credit system and financial environment of the country. Digital lending has long been plagued with exorbitant interest rates, violation of data privacy, aggressive recovery practice, and fraud.
So the key reason behind RBI coming out with rules for digital lender is that there's a lot of frauds which were happening, and many of the unregulated players were actually paying loans through this medium, and they were not right for many of the buyers of these loans because the interest rate were really very high. So I think they wanted the regulated players to do this digital inclusiveness of financial assets as well as financial lending for most of the people who are in need of money, rather than this can be used as an opportunity by these groups to make fool of, let's say, to use higher interest money for these people.
With the expansion of internet, third-party lending apps have popped up in India, providing immediate, cheap, and paperless loans. Digital lending involves lending through web platforms or mobile apps, utilizing technology for authentication and credit evaluation.
So how this will help in minimizing fraud is because when you have a regulated player who's regulated by, or let's say who's been authorized by or licensed by RBI to give loan, then first of all, the margins which these companies are making from you will be much lesser than what you're paying now. I was shocked to hear that few of the online platforms were charging as high as 3% rate of interest, which is more than outstanding payment of your credit card interest rates also. And people normally take loan when they are in need of money, and this is not a right way that they should be treated or they should be cheated by these lenders. So I think this is very evident from what has happened with many of people who have borrowed loan, and that's why after many complaints there is a policy which has been come to the framework that they should look at buying loan from those people only who have been authorized by RBI.
According to RBI, as many as 600 out of 1100 lending apps currently available for Indian Android users are illegal apps. Recently, 200 such apps being removed from the Google Play Store. If a consumer uses such an app or website, it could collect the user's personally identifiable information, financial data, and other sensitive details, which can then be used to compromise the user's account, carry out phishing attacks. These apps usually charge high interest rates, adopt unacceptable and high-ended recovery methods, and operate in an opaque manner.
These rules will empower borrowers as it will help them to disintegrate, or let's say to separate the right lenders or maybe the genuine lenders from your non-regulated lenders. And it is obviously in the interest of borrowers to borrow at a low cost rather than borrowing at a high cost. At the same time, these companies will be genuine in using data points of client rather than taking access to their friends and family's number and sending them weird messages. There have been cases in the past where these unregulated players have used various unregulated means and violence to recollect the money from these borrowers. At the same time, they have been sending weird messages to their near one and dear ones also. So this will help them to keep privacy of what information they are sharing, at the same time giving them opportunity to pay it back at lower interest.
The new norms would also ensure data protection, as the borrower would have the option to either accept, deny, or revoke its consent for use of any specific data collected by digital lenders.